Hello everyone, we are live right now. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. I'm sorry I didn't stream Red Dead Online last Friday. It was because it was the Vice City anniversary, and so I just wanted to stream that. But we're doing a nice Red Dead stream here right now. Okay. Okay, let me just find this on my
Everyone's saying hello. Oh, you're wearing a PlayStation shirt. Sweet.
Yep.
Everyone's saying hi, and someone wanted to join.
Hey guys,
someone
how's
named
everyone?
Princess Boogie.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to get mine all started up in about a second. I'm just naming it right now.
Okay, hello, how's everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a great day. A GTA 4 lore video on Ray Bulgarin? Yeah, I could eventually do that. Or Ray you mean the mobster. I could do on either.
Are you gonna do the one on Jimmy Pecorino?
Yes, that's one of my videos coming up.
Nice. Are we gonna do a Fool's Gold?
I think Fool's Gold already passed. It's fine, it's not a big deal.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, you found a card.
Alright.
Hey guys, how's everyone
Alright, here
doing?
we go. You're currently in a party. Do you want to include its audio? Yes. Alright.
No, this game is fun when you play it with friends. I think it's boring when you play it by yourself, sure.
What's up, YouTube Revolution? Zombfected Gaming 349 at your fingertips. Today we're playing Red Dead Online with the professional, and we're doing a bounty currently right now. So let's get the stream on.
I hope everyone's having their best day or night. Oh, yeah, I'm having a pretty good afternoon, night.
My night's doing fine.
My night is doing good.
Well, brothers.
I gotta I'll be right.
Got one person. Oh,
Well,
crap.
I don't know what goes through his head a lot of times, George. You know, he makes some pretty offensive and stupid statements. What I'm just getting shot at by an NPC. Pro, I think I found a way to get vehicles only for GTA CEO crates. Oh yeah, what is that, Pro Dan? I'm really curious on this. Thank you for the super chat.
I hope there's audio in my stream right now. Because I was having issues and stuff with my voice not recording about a week ago.
No!
What's up, everyone? I'm the
Oh, wow,
professional
dude.
asking if you think Rockstar's going to do Red Dead Online Plus. No, they're not going to do anything like that. Rockstar is, you know, not even going to support this game at all. 28 degrees is the same temperature that's like right now for me in real life, too. Okay.
Such a huge shame.
No, I don't mind the cold. I like the cold, actually. I prefer the winter over summers, honestly. Hey, hey, Mario, what's up? Mario, I read that article, by the way. I looked at the article only. I didn't look at the other things, but I read the whole article. What happens if the boss kills Sergio instead of Nawali? I don't think that you can, I don't think you can. I think it's only that Nawali can kill him. I'm gonna look at the other things too, Mario, but I did read that article. I might do a video on it. That article was, like, really stupid. I looked at the comments also. I don't know what you wanted me to see in the comments, but it was, like, you know, that one point in the article when, like, for people that don't know what I'm talking about, Kotaku recently wrote an article in which they were, you know, they were saying that Modern Warfare 2 was offensive. They were basically that scene in the first mission in the game. A little bit of a spoiler here coming up. But the second mission, when you're clearing out that Al-Qatala building after it gets hit by the airstrike, and then there's that, like, woman who picks up the gun and then tries to shoot you, and, like, it was Kotaku said that was offensive because of that scene.
Anything is offensive nowadays.
Man, this is a very long ride here. Are you gonna upload guides on Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops? Great question, Luigi. I want to. I might do one soon. The co-op, the one mission that's really like yeah, the one stealth mission at night. I might do it. The borderline the thing about that is that if you I think I'm hearing myself repeat for someone's mic. About that part, Mario, is that both Alejandro and Rodolfo were wearing very similar gear to what the cartel members were actually wearing. So I don't know what they were what they were talking about with that statement. When the police stopped you, that was because, you know, you had two guys breaking into houses with assault rifles wearing tactical gear. They didn't know who Alejandro and Rodolfo were, but then when they identified them, you know, they stood down. So it was what is your opinion on North Korea? Well, North Korea is a psycho government.
Oh, crap. Oh my god. Alright. Good shot.
Oh, I explosive rounds.
Get the guy.
These.
There he is right there. I'm gonna get him.
What? How?
Gotcha, boy. Got one.
Hi,
Oh, he's tied
Brett.
up. Nope. Come on.
I'm
No,
trying
put away that.
to say
Put away.
mistake
Put it.
twice where I accidentally
Trio,
shot
yeah,
down.
I got first.
Alright, I got the first guy.
Oh.
Yeah, Maxim in this time period would have been overheating by now.
It's a moose!
I got
You
JB
can see him
kills
in
right
there.
now. The bounty that I'm holding right now. I'm just
If
gonna
you
put him on
wanted
my
to, would
horse
you do
right
top
now.
5 stupidest things the protagonists have done? Jay, that's so crazy that you're asking me about that, because that's actually the lore video that I actually have coming up very soon, either tomorrow or Sunday. It's actually top 5 stupidest things that CJ has done. So kind of crazy that you're asking me that. That's the video that I'm working on right now.
I kind of want to find this legendary animal, but just don't have enough.
Hey Joe, what's like bounties? Do the strawberry.
Very easy way to get some XP here. Also doing this. Oh, damn. Okay. Thank you, Jay, for that super chat. But for the person that was asking me about North Korea earlier, North Korea is literally like that. It's North Korea, when you would think of somebody, North Korea is like that type of person that's constantly bullying everyone and threatening everyone, and then when people stand their ground and they say, no more of these threats, then they're like, why are you being aggressive towards me? That's basically what North Korea is like. It's like they are a country that constantly provokes other people, they threaten other people, threaten to destroy other countries constantly, and then when other countries basically say, we're not going to take this nonsense anymore, North Korea then accuses those countries of being aggressive towards it. So that's like, that's what North Korean government is a joke.
The freaking stupid rock. I ended up crashing into it when I was trying to shoot at the guy that was trying to chase me when I turned around. Oh crap, did I seriously forget to pick him up? Oh my god.
I got him.
Will you ever do a video on Karen Jones? Her fate was never revealed after she vanished in Chapter 6. You mean in Red Dead Redemption 2? Thank you, Specialist, for the super chat. I could. I don't have any Red Dead Redemption lore plan videos right now.
What
I
the
made one in the
hell?
past, but I could make one in the future again.
There's just a random ass horse sitting out here. I just hit it and it flew.
Have you seen that scene where the Saints throw money at each other in karaoke in a slumber party? What's next? Going to Pizza Palace and play games there? Yeah, this is gonna be included in my review, by the way. Oh,
There we go.
I don't have notifications on. Let me just turn that off.
Speaking of Red Dead Red Dead Redemption 2 story, when Arthur gets his pouch stolen by that kid, can you actually shoot the kid?
No, but
Nice,
you think you can
nice.
catch him before he gets to his gang. I got an arcade with terminal, and I did import-export and then CEO crates over and over, and I still got vehicles, but I'm playing on Xbox Series X. Arcade with the
Why is
terminal,
there a red dot chasing me?
and you said you did import-export and then CEO crates.
Oh no.
No, Clyde doesn't have any stamina. Let's go, buddy.
I don't know. You might have just gotten lucky, Pro Dan, because the thing is though is that vehicle crate missions. Like when you spawn the crates, there's two types of missions you can get. You're either gonna get a vehicle mission or you're gonna get a mission where you have to do crate pickups. The vehicle missions you get like 60% of the time, so you're more than half the time likely to get vehicle missions over pickup missions. So it just might be that you just got really lucky and you had several like car missions. Oh, master terminal. And I did import export and then CEO crates over and over.
Jesus, stuff your nose now.
Cold and flu season, I'm guessing.
Bro,
Yes?
I heard some Modern Warfare 2 remastered maps are coming to Modern Warfare 2 2022.
What maps?
I think Terminal and I think High Rise are going to be in Season 1. I could be right or wrong. I have to look
High Rise is a
into
good
it.
map.
It was, and it looks pretty damn good from what I've seen.
Troy, you gonna
One
answer
of
your
my favorite
question? My
maps
question.
from
What's
Modern
your
Warfare
question,
2, the
Mo?
original, was Favela. I liked Favela a lot.
That's also coming to the game too.
Favela?
hmm
Yep, I liked that one. What else did I like?
It's fine, Mr. Waifu. Don't worry about it.
I liked Rust quite a bit at times.
I hated
I've
Rust
heard
as a
also
map.
Rust
I
is
thought it was a
a good
terrible map.
I heard Rust is
I liked
funny
Rust
again.
more back when I was younger because I used to do quick scoping with people back then.
Honestly, I think that Rust is like the worst 1v1 map ever. Like, I don't know why. Like, I know my view is unpopular because I know Rust is just a popular map in the Call of Duty community, but I honestly think Rust is like the stupidest 1v1 map. Like, it's like people constantly want to do 1v1s on Rust, but Rust is like a terrible 1v1 map. The reason it is because that tower that's like right in the middle, that like industrial thing, like all people do is to just climb up on top of that tower and just sit up there and just shoot people from up there. That's like whenever I play Rust, that always happens in that map. Like at least Shipment is more fair as a 1v1 map because at least Shipment everyone's on the same level. It's on that one people just go
I
up to
gotta
the
say, I
top and
like
just sit
Dome
up there.
better though than.
It's a video on
Speaking
the
of
dumbest
Rust,
things that CJ has done, lol.
Speaking of Rust, when Rust got released in Modern Warfare 2019, they put out a mode called 1v1me, bro.
It's about the wolves here. Okay, I did it twice. I'll try to make a video on my channel. Okay, Pro Dan. If the player knows the spawn points, they can kill you over and over again. Yeah.
So
Who's
my
worse, General
friends
Shepard or
were playing
Makarov?
Modern
Makarov.
Warfare earlier, and they saw the name I named myself, and they made fun of me because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they said apparently someone else has the same name I have.
I did a playthrough of Call of
Really?
Duty World War II in the past. I could do it again in the future. No, Mr. Waifu?
Strawberry Sheriff Office.
No,
We're
Mr.
taking a
Waifu.
Target all the way from the from the snow all the way to Strawberry.
I wouldn't mind a naval update in GT Online because it's at least something they haven't done before. It will be something different.
I heard GT Online's getting some kind of music update where you get to create your own music.
I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll know. We'll know in 4 weeks from now. We'll probably know when what the next update is. It's almost 100% chance that there's gonna be an update in December. Whenever we get a December update, it's almost always a big update.
Look at the contract.
Let me know what you think of the other two things when you look into them. Still, I can't wait for your video on that article. Okay, thank you, Mario. And what did you want me to see in the comments on that article? I looked at the comments, but it was just people arguing over the article.
Which article?
It was the article that was like accusing Modern Warfare 2 of being offensive. It was a Kotaku article.
Oh, that one you were telling me about. I think those people make some very good points, but at the same time, maybe they're kind of dumb. That's just my view on it.
I did read almost all of them, Mario. It was some people that were freaking out over the article, and then other people were just defending it. Okay, so
I heard. Sorry, wait.
So there's a Kotaku article out there. It's about over a week old, but the Kotaku article says that Modern Warfare 2 is offensive, and so for people who didn't get through the first half of the campaign, don't listen to what I'm gonna say because I'm gonna say some spoilers right now. But in the second mission in Modern Warfare 2, there's this building that has terrorist snipers in it that are shooting at you. And you call it an airstrike on the building. Half of the building gets destroyed. And then when you breach the building, you're going through the building, you go into these rooms, there's like a dead terrorist on the ground, and there's like a woman that's mourning over him, crying. And when she sees you, she turns around and pulls a gun on you and tries to shoot you. And you have to shoot her to advance. And so Kotaku was claiming that that was offensive, that you had to shoot her and that you couldn't go around her. But she was the wife of a terrorist. That was the point. She was the wife or the girlfriend of a terrorist. And so she's in a safe house with terrorists. She knows who they are, so she's probably a terrorist herself. So it's highly unlikely that she was a hostage. If she was a hostage, she would have been running to the special forces for help instead of trying to grab a gun and just shoot at them. So I don't know what they were complaining about with that being offensive with that scene. Then it was the same thing like 3 years ago when they were complaining Modern Warfare 1 was offensive over like the baby scene. So it was just
Yeah.
and then it was the and then they claimed that one scene when you climb over the border and then you're like chasing the cartel, you're playing as Rodolfo of Alejandro, you're chasing the cartel, you're going through like a bunch of houses, and then when the police come and they stop you in the street, the Kotaku article was claiming that was racial profiling when the police stopped you, but that had nothing to do with racial profiling. You had like two guys, Alejandro and Rodolfo, who were breaking into a bunch of houses. They were doing the right thing, they had to find a terrorist, but the people that lived in the houses didn't know that, and so they were breaking into a bunch of houses, like tactical guys with like, a bunch of like weapons on them, and then of course people are gonna call 911, and then then there's that alleyway. Right before you meet the cops, you get ambushed by the cartel in that alleyway, so there's a bunch of, a shooting, a few dead bodies, people call 911, the cops see a bunch of guys with like, tactical vests armed in the streets, and so they stop them. And, that had nothing to do really with racial profiling. I'm not denying that racial profiling exists. There's racist bad cops out there, but that was not a case of racial profiling in the game. That was just, they're two armed guys. They didn't know who they were, and so they stopped them, and that was it. And when the cop says we can't tell the difference between you guys and the cartel, I don't know what the cop was meaning by that, but what I think he was meaning, I don't think it was a racial quote. I think he was talking about the tactical gear that they had. Like, because you look at what Alejandro and Rodolfo are wearing, they're wearing tactical gear, and they have, assault rifles on them, submachine guns. The cartel are actually dressed very similar to both Rodolfo and Alejandro. You look at what they're wearing tactical vests also, and they have assault rifles. So that's what it was, that's what that was about. But, in the scene, the Kotaku article was claiming that Modern Warfare 2 was, like, racist for that scene. I just didn't see it. I don't know what they were talking about, but I'll probably have a video talking about this,
If I could put my 2 cents in, on that same mission, as a spoiler here, but when that guy jumps through the baseball bat, I'm not gonna lie, I actually shot him because I thought he was holding a gun.
Well, it's a quick situation. It's something that you react really quickly in. But yeah, the second house that you went into, the one house with the shotgun on the wall, I don't think those people were innocent because they talked about the stash house. So I think they were working with the cartel.
Or they were working for some gang in Texas. They were both. They were really good. They can cut both ways. I have this perfect black bear pelt on my horse. Could I take this to Gus and make a hat out of it?
Pro, I have a question. On your Patreon page, you pay $5 to play with you. We play $5.99. So is it just like the $1 award, or, well, you know, if you're on Patreon, you can add me. I always message anybody that I see new on Patreon. But if I missed you by any chance, you can always send me a message. But I try to talk to my patrons. I always do appreciate any support. If you're on there, just send me a message if you're on there, and I'll reply to you later
what
today.
The heck?
What is that? Oh, it's a deer.
Was the mission No Russian a test by Makarov to see if you're loyal? It was an attempt by Makarov to start World War III, which he succeeded. That's because he wanted to kill Alan there, so that the Russians find like a dead American, and they would blame the CIA for it.
Yeah, the dumb thing about that is they're not wearing masks or anything, so their faces are clearly shown, so people can't put two and two together, even if they were using NATO weapons.
Yeah.
Also, Makarov and his team should have learned better American accents, too.
Yeah.
Because when you actually listen to Makarov and his team, they still have Russian accents when they're talking,
Yeah.
even while they're speaking English.
Mm-hmm. Tempted to sell this bear pelt, but I'm also want to find.
I like
this
the
Gus
Mafia
guy,
2
see if I
ending.
can
It was
find
I
him.
think it was a good Mafia ending because it shows you that's not a happy ending in that life.
Is there any violent game that doesn't have a bad ending to it? Where someone doesn't get shot?
A violent game that doesn't have a bad ending to it. There's several.
Is there a game that is actually a happy ending, even though it's a violent video game?
Yes, The Ballad of Gay Tony has a happy ending despite being a violent game.
Oh, I guess I didn't think of that. I did play that though, it was really fun.
Oh, actually, Saints Row the Third also, too. That's a happy ending as well.
Depending on the ending you get, I guess. I heard there was like 3.
Great.
The best ending for Saints Row the Third is when you take out Stag in their Daedalus, which is that huge, massive airship that Stag deploys to Steelport.
Yeah, but did I answer your question earlier, George? If you're still here. Oh, okay. To find this guy
I have a
here.
small question, if I could ask one.
What's that?
This perfect black bear pelt I have on my horse, could I take this to Gus and make a hat out of it?
A perfect. No, I think that you need to have the special ones for that.
I guess I'm grinding for another 15 gold. I just bought the collector roll.
Call of
Thank
Duty
God,
Roman
that
Wars?
was
What?
back.
Without all, you can actually, if they have a trader, you can actually use that for the trader.
Have you seen a Quentin Tarantino movie before? I'm sure I probably have. I probably just don't remember it. Dusty, thank you for the super chat, man.
My favorite Quentin Tarantino movie is Django.
I haven't seen that one.
Really good Western movie, I gotta say. It has the actor Jamie Foxx in it, and he's a slave in it, and he turns into a gunslinger.
No, I
African
know
American.
I know like the plot of the movie, but I haven't seen that one. Oh, we found him already.
Oh,
Where
I
is he?
found him. I
Bounty
found
target,
the bounty's sleeping.
Oh.
Hello,
Kick him
wake
in the
up!
nuts and then tie him up.
Come on, wake up!
What do you think of Elon charging $8 a month for a blue check mark on Twitter? I don't really care much about it, Mario, personally.
I heard he's laying a bunch of people off, and he's not legally allowed to do that.
Well, I don't know what the specific laws would be there.
Hey, Patrick.
Yes?
What do you want to do? Do you want to deliver him, or do you want to wait?
Wait a little bit. When I asked you about the
Alright, I'm
bathroom
gonna
yesterday, it was
grab-
because you streamed for 6 hours. Didn't want to be weird. If you need to pause the stream, you can. I'll thank you for the super chat, David. I just didn't need to. But I do appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Alright, I'm gonna dismiss my horse. I'm gonna call my wagon so I can put him inside of there so he can't escape.
Yeah. My friends don't trust me riding wagons anymore because it was Red Bend.
Wait, is
Clemson.
George still here?
We had
Let me
all 4
see.
bounties. Sorry.
Uh,
I didn't mean to interrupt. We had all 4 bounties, and I was driving the wagon. I clipped a rock, and all the bounties escaped, and we failed and died. They will never touch the wagon ever again.
Yeah, I have no situations like that. Come on.
No, I was asking here on YouTube. Is it the same as Patreon or no? Oh,
Membership thing?
It's generally the same. It's generally the same. If you want to add me on, if you want to add me in your YouTube member, you could tell me your PSN. I'd have to try to make room for everyone. I'm trying my best to. But both Patreon and channel members are invited to the exclusive streams. Though Patreon members, I'll add them on Skype also. But it's channel members are able to they're able to comment. The slow-mo doesn't affect them.
$12. Goodbye, Black Bear Pelt.
Do I like Modern Warfare 2 single player? Thank you, Franker. Yeah, I liked it. I had fun with it. I wish we would have seen Farah more and a little bit more of Urzikstan, but I generally liked it.
I
find that
have a little
Farah was
theory.
like a
Sorry, I was wrong.
Farah was kind of like a guest appearance, I would say more.
Yeah,
than-
I'm surprised
than
that
the
Farah
Modern
only
Warfare.
makes like such a short appearance. Like, and the thing is though, is that when you really think about it, that mission added nothing to the storyline. Like that whole convoy mission, it added nothing to the storyline. Like there was nothing added there. It was just a save mission. That's all it was.
Saving the damsel in distress, which is Kate Laswell.
She ends up breaking the guy's neck, though.
Yup.
I think they actually pulled the Russians out of Urzikstan. They kicked their ass a bit too much, and the Russians cried wolf and with their tail between their legs. Because Barkov's dead, so who's commanding the Russian forces in Urzikstan?
Have they even confirmed? Are the Russians still in Urzikstan in Modern Warfare 2 storyline?
I'd have to look, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess no.
They were in Al Mazrah, but Al Mazrah that's the Republic of Aidal, I think. That's a different country.
Yeah. The embassy map we played in the last stream we did from
What's your question,
That
Aspect?
was in, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay. What do you think of the Merryweather base at the docks? Would become a business and a boat garage for a new naval DLC in GTA. I don't think they would do that because there's several missions at that place already. I mean, there's a heist setup mission there. So I don't think they would do that location. No, I didn't carve any pumpkins for Halloween.
I'm not just gonna take that mess.
Wait. Sorry, guys. Wait until there's 2 minutes left and then we'll deliver the target. It's okay, Mr. Waifu. You don't have to apologize.
As I was saying before,
Mr. Waifu is the guy who replies the most I've noticed in there.
got the most change.
I do usually specialist.
As I was saying, the embassy map we played, that was in the Republic of Dal. My bad.
It looked very similar to the embassy in Urzikstan.
Probably the same layout. And it was Al-Qatala flags all across that place, and Arabic writing everywhere. Oh, poor Cloud is almost dead. He's going on the rice paddy.
The player would have been a member of the 10th Legion, Julius Caesar's elite force of troops in Call of Duty Roman Wars. And what was this game supposed to come out on? Call of Duty game set in ancient
never saw the
Rome.
light of day.
I know, but what was it supposed to be on? It was...
Whoa, I don't want to run you over, buddy.
Yeah, I'm having terrible luck right now.
Can you imagine like a Call of Duty game set in like ancient Rome? Imagine like what the multiplayer would be like the sweats in that game. They would just slide and just hit you in the head with a bow and arrow. They'd be like 360 no scope of an arrow. That's probably what it would be like.
I wouldn't be surprised if they had added throwing swords into the game.
Yeah. Thank God Call of Duty's a shooter and not a For Honor wannabe. Ugh, the sweats on For Honor make me not want to get that game back. Oh, you had the same luck I did.
You know, you can literally play the death matches in Red Dead Online like a Call of Duty game. You can just go running guns blazing super fast.
I just watched you just send
I
that
think
guy's head
that
into
Nico would get
hole.
really annoyed by Mori if he met him.
You just grabbed that guy and sent his face into the pole.
Alright, 30 seconds.
That's moonshine. I want my knife.
I usually don't drink coffee. I'm good.
I don't like coffee that much either. I only like it a little bit, not so much.
Ow.
I like tea better than coffee, actually. More healthier for you, too.
I
Hey,
think
don't
that
kill anybody.
Nico would have hated Brian more than Ray, honestly, Mr. Waifu.
Alright, I'm delivering it now, Patrick. 2 minutes on the dot.
Damn good job getting them to me with some kicks still left.
Well, coffee, I'm not an expert, but coffee isn't the most healthy thing to drink every day. It obviously depends on the type of coffee.
Yay.
Hey, are you more into tea, Pat?
Yeah, I drink tea more. But coffee is definitely
Sheldon Cooper.
coffee is definitely better, more healthy than drinking an energy drink. Like energy drinks are like the worst, garbage that you can drink for energy. So if you're really tired and you want to wake up, then drink a coffee. Don't drink the energy drinks. Those are way
I haven't
worse.
drank an energy drink in almost like, I don't know, I think 5 years, I think.
When I used to drink
I
energy
haven't
drinks, I would
drank
wake up in the
energy drinks at all, 'cause
morning
I
and
know
I would
they're
get
bad
really
for you.
tired and I would drink an energy drink.
The only reason why I drank an energy drink was because when I was working for my cart job that I did at Real Canadian Superstore, it was such a tiring job that I needed to drink it and stuff that, especially the way I was being treated like a slave while I was there, so that's why I drank it. That's the only reason.
I have the cops on me. I have the
What's
perfect
wrong with
solution to
energy
this
drinks?
problem.
The chemicals that energy drinks have in them are very bad for you. You don't want to drink that stuff. I'm
Oops,
sorry
I
about the
did not
bot,
mean to-
guys. I'm
to leave-
banning the
I
bot.
did not mean to leave the posse. That makes.
Yes, he would, Mr. Waifu. The bot's out of here. But
I don't
energy,
think
I
you
used to
can go
drink
there and
energy
take that bot
drinks,
issue.
and when I drank energy drinks at work, like I would wake up and I wouldn't be tired anymore. But the thing is, though, is my heart would start to like hurt later in the day, and it was like my heart actually hurt, and I had pain in my heart. And what happened was I looked it up and I found out that energy drinks can lead young people to an increased risk of heart attack, and so I immediately stopped drinking that garbage.
Yeah, when it comes to energy drinks, they make your heart pound like crazy.
Yeah.
Come here, I need your boat.
Drank Own Strong Moonshine. Okay. Played with a band for 2
Damn it.
minutes. Okay.
Can you help me sell my moonshine after this, bro?
Yes, I could. I don't really watch NASCAR.
Ooh, there's a moonshine thing outside. I'll do that.
Okay, there we go. Drank Strong Moonshine.
You're quite the hero. We got ourselves a music lover.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't able to see her. I didn't see her super chat earlier. Bad Boy, thank you for the super chat. Is anyone still kind of interested in how Simon Ghost is able to be masked up completely at the ending bar cutscene? What's the deal with him?
They paid for it.
I don't know. I guess he just doesn't want to show his face for a specific reason.
If we're going by Modern Warfare lore, he's actually supposed to be dead.
Clear out the revenue agents. Okay.
And I just got blasted.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I say that coffee isn't the most healthy thing for you either, but it's better than drinking those energy drinks. So if you got to drink something, drink coffee then. That spider on your shoulder is so big. I don't know what spider people keep talking about, but thank you, Average, for the for the super chat. My favorite musical artist? I don't think I really have one. My favorite rapper would probably be either Run DMC or 50 Cent. Probably maybe 50 Cent. My favorite rock musician band, I should say, would probably have to be Sabaton, though I don't even know most of their names. Yeah, I would say that. I don't even know that many artists.
Hey, Moonshine of the Light.
Okay, one more minute playing, we'll get this done. Hey, this is Take-Two Interactive. I'm gonna give a copy strike for music on this video. No, no, Take-Two. No, Mr. Waifu, don't worry about it. Guys, don't argue with Mr. Waifu, please. And Mr. Waifu, please don't argue with other people.
Are they arguing because he's apologizing too much?
Yeah, Mr. Waifu, you don't need to apologize. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it, man.
I get where he's coming from.
You know, the thing is, though, is I actually used to get claimed for the Moonshine music. I did, but it stopped. So I'm assuming that whatever music they had, the bot system stopped claiming people for it. I enjoyed your GTA stream yesterday. Thank you. Thank you, Josh. Chivalry or For Honor? Chivalry I've played in the past. For Honor a little bit too.
For Honor sucks. Too many
The thing about For Honor is I don't like For Honor's combat. I don't. What is it? Here, let me. I feel like
the Medjai hero.
I don't know why, but it's like when I played For Honor, because I got it for free on PlayStation Plus like some time ago, but about For Honor is I feel like the multiplayer, like, it's just filled with people who are extremely sweaty. Like, people are just like in the multiplayer in For Honor, like it's not fun. It's like I was a beginner and I couldn't find like one decent fun match to play against. Like, I would play against the worst sweats that would do like all these crazy moves. They would spam this heavy attack ridiculously and they'd kill me in like 1 or 2 hits. It was just annoying. I didn't like
the For Honor as well.
Do you know what game I like the combat in?
Same thing happened.
Do you know what game I like the combat in? It's much more simplified. Mountain Blade Bannerlord. If you play Mountain Blade Bannerlord, I actually like the combat in Mountain Blade Bannerlord.
That.
Yeah, and the combat in it's combat in Mountain Blade. Mountain Blade Bannerlord is a medieval game, and so the combat is a little bit more simplified, but it works just so much better than like For Honors. And there's 4 attacks in Bannerlord and 4 defenses to counter each one. So, there's an up attack, there's a left slash, a right slash, and a thrust. And there's literally a defense, there's a way to block all of them. And
there's all kinds of skills you can have, like two-handed weapons, one-handed weapons,
bows, crossbows, throwing weapons, there's throwing weapons too, so there's lances, there's like a lot of different stuff. But Bannerlord is like a fun, Bannerlord I enjoy a lot more than like For Honor.
Which faction did you join?
Oh, in Bannerlord?
Yeah.
Oh, the Khuzaits.
My friend joined the Valandians.
I like the Khuzaits because they have the best cavalry in the game. The Khuzaits are based on the Mongolians, so it's kind of fun to play. It's kind of fun to play as them and just spam their cavalry and just conquer the map.
Yeah, my friend plays the Valandians because he actually married the Valandians' king daughter. Cost him 100,000 gold. And he's almost taken out, I don't know what faction is, the dark green guys and some of the dark blue faction. I don't know the names.
The dark green are the Batanians. The blue are the blue are probably the Southern Empire.
That guy.
Oh, what?
Okay,
no, they're shooting.
Drop him.
Alright, there we go. Where are the bodyguards?
No, he's dead. I got them.
Alright, it's all good. Clear to go.
Okay, here we go, moving up.
I don't know what the Valandians are good at, but that's what my friend plays.
They're good at crossbows. They are the best each faction in the game has like a skill that they're the best at, and they have the best crossbowmen in the game. They are the best for defenses. So if you're trying to take over cities and stuff like that, they're the hardest ones to go up against.
In your playthrough of Bannerlord, how strong are the Valandians?
I actually have had very little interaction with them because I play as the Khuzaits, and so the Khuzaits are all the way across the map from them, and they barely have an interaction with them. The factions that I've constantly been fighting are the Aseris. I've actually not fought that much. I fought the Southern Empire. That faction I fought a lot, in the Sturgians. I fought them a lot. So the Southern Empire and the Sturgians, and then there's one more faction that was also being really annoying. I think it was the Western Empire. I think that was them.
I think that's the one my friend conquered the most, but he was actually going to fight the Southern Empire because they had the most military strength compared to the Valandians he was playing as. They posed a bigger threat. His was like 10,000 something strength, well they were at like 8,923 I believe.
Do you think cancel culture will be mocked in GTA 6 if Rockstar's not scared of mocking it?
Like South Park.
Pro, can you help me sell some moonshine?
Sure. But like, yeah,
I hope nothing gets toned down
cancel
in
culture
GTA
is just stupid. The thing is though, is wait, let me see here. I'll join your posse. Is literally almost every single person on this planet has said something stupid. Something really stupid in the past, made a stupid statement.
Yeah.
And so this idea that that somebody is gonna get that, and I'll tell you something, the people that engage in cancel culture are insane. Like I actually think that they're insane or they have some kind of issues. And the reason I feel that way is because you have to be a really crazy person to look at somebody's entire Twitter page and then try to find something bad that they said like 10 years ago. I mean, who does that? They go on somebody's Twitter page and are scrolling through their tweets 10 years ago trying to find something to cancel them for. You have to be like a really crazy, insane person to to do something like that, trying to obsess with, trying to find something that somebody said like 10 years ago. That's like, that is literally like a, what is cancel culture? It's basically where somebody says something stupid, or sometimes not even stupid, but just they portray it as bad, and they try to cancel the person. So usually it's over something ridiculous, like somebody made a statement like 10 years ago, somebody said something 10 years ago, and so then they'll try to get them fired from their job. They'll try to make it hard for them to find a job anywhere. Basically get them blacklisted. Basically, cancel culture existed in the past. What it was called was McCarthyism, and basically what McCarthy basically did in the past was it was anybody that McCarthy didn't like of being a communist, he would accuse them of being a communist. And so what happened was, when somebody was accused of being a communist, even if you weren't a communist, if you were accused of being a communist by McCarthy, you wouldn't get thrown in prison because it's not illegal to be a communist in America. But what basically would happen is that you'd be blacklisted, and so it'd be very hard for you to find a job. Everywhere that you go to apply to a job, they would say that you're a communist. And so basically be outcasted by society and treated like garbage. And that was cancel culture in the past. And what we have today is like a modern version of McCarthyism when you really think about it. That's pretty much what it is.
Speaking of Ghost, voice actor in Modern Warfare 2019?
Yeah.
Same thing happened to him, and now he's no longer Ghost.
Well, I don't know about I don't know about his situation, so I can't comment.
It's been a while, but someone looked up something he said like years ago, and they canceled him for it.
Oh, I don't know what he said.
Infinity War fired him from being Ghost, and now he can't return as Ghost.
Where'd you disappear to, Melons?
But that was
Moonshine Jack.
The thing is though, is what's the most important is whether if somebody said something bad like 10 years ago or something like that, the most important thing to know is if that person still holds those views. Because people change. People are not the same that they were. Like when people are younger, they're more stupid, and they're more prone to saying dumb and ridiculous and even offensive things. And so when people get older, they're more mature, they change, and so people change over time. And this idea that you're gonna find something that somebody said like 10 years ago and try to ruin their life today because of it, it's just ridiculous. And anybody who engages in that is really sick in the head. Anybody who engages in that cancel culture garbage.
I like your Moonshine Shack trio.
I think Trio needs to send me an invite again to the posse, because it did not let me join for some reason. Yeah, you need to send me another one again. For some weird reason, it's not letting me join.
Sorry, I already started the mission.
Crap, that's weird. There was a glitch that happened. I clicked join and stuff, and it did not work. Wow.
Oh, whoa, what the? I literally got caught in the... I got caught in the... No, you just go, don't worry about me, I'll catch up.
Do you want to get on the walking station?
No, just go, just go.
Let's go, Trio.
Okay, then I'll just form my own posse then.
You know, you could play with the band in the Moonshine Shack.
Hey, I don't even know where Trio's Moonshine Shack
Even
is.
if GTA Plus actually had benefits that would make it worth to buy, and did not keep content behind a paywall, would you still purchase it? Would you still criticize Rockstar for releasing a subscription? The thing is, though, is one person said in the comments on my video about the GTA Plus recently, he made a really good point, and he said that literally a subscription is supposed to be adding something to the game, something new to the game. It's not supposed to be holding something back for everyone else, but giving it to that other player, to the players who buy that subscription.
Trio's Moonshine Shack is directly under the, what does it say?
So if Rockstar added something new for, like, you know, GTA Plus members, but it wasn't like something like, you know, game breaking, it wasn't like something that would give players an actual advantage, I would still be pissed off of it. I would still, you know, but I don't think it would be as bad as it is right now. It's the fact that, like, it's the fact that they're giving the people bonuses on heist specifically, and then they're giving everyone else just 1.5 money on, like, you know, setup.
Don't start shooting if they attacked us.
Has anybody tried to cancel you before? It happened, it was like, it was a small attempt at cancel me, but the stupidest thing that people have tried to, accuse me of, wait, here. So, basically what's happened was, there was, it was a few weeks ago, I was doing a GTA Online stream, and during that GTA Online stream, somebody, like, asked me if I've ever griefed cargo before, and I replied honestly to that, and I said that, like, 6 years ago, that I did destroy cargo on purpose, like, 6 years ago, and I only did it once. I only did it once where I destroyed cargo intentionally. I've destroyed cargo other times, but it was an accident. It's like a vehicle would flip, or, you know, something would crash or something like that, but I never did it on purpose. I only did it on purpose one time. And the one time that I did do it on purpose, I actually remember that thing. It was literally, it was right when the CEO crates came out. You know, people were collecting crates, and my friend was moving crates to his warehouse in a van. Guy comes out of nowhere with a laser fighter jet and just blows up, like, the crates that my friend was carrying. And I got pissed off, and then half an hour later, that same guy was actually delivering crates to his warehouse. It wasn't a sale, he was just delivering crates to his warehouse. And I went over and I blew up his van and I destroyed it. And what happened was, after I said that, a bunch of people, you know, started spamming my videos, and so I guess it was an attempt to cancel me, and people were, you know, coming to my Twitter, they were coming to my comment section, like, just commenting saying, oh, look at what Professional said, you know, he's a hypocrite, he supports, like, cargo griefing and stuff like that, like, you can't take him seriously and stuff like that, and it was just, like, a bunch of people being stupid. And first of all, I did not need to admit to that story. I didn't need to tell the truth on that story, but I did. I'm always honest. I always tell the truth on everything, and so I told the story. Telling the story gives no benefit to me, and so I told the story. I said what happened. I said why I destroyed cargo, and I explained it. I could have just said no, I never destroyed cargo before, but I was truthful in that, and I explained, you know, what happened and the circumstances surrounding it. And basically, you know, people trying to accuse me of, like, being a hypocrite and, like, you know, coming to my videos and just saying, oh, he supports cargo griefing, which is just a bunch of nonsense, and it's just stupid. And look, I would be a hypocrite if I would condemn cargo griefing, but I'd still do it. Then I'd be a hypocrite. But just because I did it one time 6 years ago, and I did it to somebody who griefed me first, or griefed my friend first. It wasn't like, you know, just a random person for no reason. That doesn't make me a hypocrite, because I haven't done it in 6 years, and I condemn it every time I see it. So it's you know, some people are just stupid.
So they basically think, get this English right. They're calling you out for griefing. We've only done it once. They're saying you
I don't
support
even like
griefing. We've done it once.
the thing is though is I don't even know if it was griefing what I did. Like some people would say it's griefing, other people would say it's not because he griefed you first. So I don't know if it's really technically griefing, but I still felt bad about it. I still regretted it. Even though the guy destroyed my friend's cargo, I felt bad about it. Even destroying somebody's cargo who destroyed my friend's cargo first. And so I never did it again.
Well,
And honestly, like I'm that type of person that somebody could try to blow up my whole cargo shipment. Like I could be flying like a cargo shipment and somebody could try to destroy it. And like even if they manage to destroy it, if I see that person selling cargo in the lobby, I won't go after them and I won't destroy it. I might fight them, sure, if I see them in like a lobby, but I would never destroy somebody's cargo, even if they destroyed my cargo in the past. And so it's just
Well, the guy got it coming to him, so I believe it's karma, an eye for an eye.
I've actually never destroyed anybody's cargo before, ever.
I've done it a few times just because I was bored and had nothing to do. Plus,
Okay.
the guy was just bullying other
man,
people.
this guy's so annoying here. Hang on. No,
He's running on his door.
oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah,
Okay, you know what?
I-
Screw this.
I
That's
never like
that.
griefing people and stuff because I don't want to encourage people to start griefing me because that's the thing I freaking hate about GTA Online.
I like how they don't expect you to shoot their horse, but like I hate those enemies, like the enemies that are like on their horse and they're moving like every second, like moving up a few feet and just shooting at you, and it's just, man, I'm freeing those guys.
Yeah, I feel bad for killing the horses, but it's either them or me, so...
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing you really can do. It's it's kill or be killed. Somebody's on a horse and the horse is chasing you and shooting you. There's nothing more you can do.
Like, one thing I'm going to say, though, is that when it comes to real life, I'm an animal person and stuff. I do like animals, but in video games, I don't care. I'll kill any animal and stuff because they're just pixels on the screen. Even if they look very realistic, I'll still kill that animal and stuff.
You know, I remember there was like I did a crazy current events video like 2 years ago on this like vegan group that was like attacking Red Dead Redemption 2 and saying that Red Dead Redemption 2 like encourages people to murder animals and be cruel to animals. Like it was like they were saying that the game encourages animal cruelty and that if you play Red Dead Redemption 2 that somehow it's going to make you being cruel to animals.
That's what vegans have even said about Far Cry as well. They said that Far Cry encourages people to kill animals as well.
What is that's
Well, just like the squirrel that was flipping off Brian and Family Guy, same thing to them. Flip them off and tell them to go F themselves.
And look, I have nothing against like people who are vegan or vegetarian. One of my best friends is a vegetarian, but it's my issue personally with it is when somebody would try to force a lifestyle on you. Like they would basically they think that you're a bad person because you're a meat eater. That's basically my problem with it. And certainly, and just because somebody eats meat and like plays Red Dead Redemption 2 doesn't mean that they support animal cruelty. So it's just that that's like literally those wolves just attacked me. Was that animal cruelty? I don't think so. So it's just
Yeah.
It's defense and it's justified.
I don't like animal cruelty at all because I have a soft spot for animals, but if you're going to try and force your ways on me, we're going to throw hands.
Do you want me to start a mission still?
what mission?
Like a bounty?
We'll go back to my
Trio,
Ooh, that's a
are you available for me to invite, make sure you to invite me
let me,
to your posse? Is it you running it again still?
Outlaw Grinders now.
Oh, you're back to Outlaw
What just
Grinders.
happened? Aw, I just got disconnected.
oh, okay, Mo.
Okay, I'll go back to Outlaw Grinders. Alright, it's all good now.
When will you post Saints Row 2022 review? Next weekend. Not this weekend, next weekend. It should be up. I'm really sorry that review has been delayed, guys. I'm really sorry for it. But
Hey,
it's I'm gonna make it. I have not forgotten about it, and I promise you it will be out. That's one
Hey,
video
Pat,
that
you know that there
Yes?
might be a map expansion coming to the new Saints Row. If you take a look at the expansion pass on the PlayStation Store, it actually says new areas coming to the game. That's what it said for the new Saints Row.
Well, I have the season pass. What is there? There's a season pass of it, right? I think I have like the. I think I have everything that's included with the game. So it's like I'm just gonna. I'll play the DLC when it comes out. And I'll give it a chance. But it's like I don't like what they did with the new Saints Row game personally.
Yeah, I don't like the
DLC,
I don't like the story at all, but I do like the gameplay and stuff. But I think like the map is pretty good and stuff. I like the
I don't
map.
even. I
Definitely
honestly.
better than Steelport for
I
sure.
don't even like. I don't even like the gameplay honestly that much. I think sometimes the gameplay is like stupid. Like I think the one thing Saints Row does does good, the new one, is I think the map at least is better than Steelport. Like I think most of us can agree that like that Santo Alesso is a better location than Steelport, but it doesn't come close to beating Stillwater. Stillwater is from Saints Row 1 and 2 is still 10 times better than Santo Alesso, but Santo Alesso is at least better than Steelport was such a boring city. It was just like a bunch of skyscrapers. It didn't have any memorable like districts to it. It was just a boring city.
Yeah, what I meant by what I like the gameplay, I like the executions in the game. They're really cool. I like the executions.
Yeah, those are okay, but the thing about it is I didn't like how some of the enemies were like bullet sponges in like the Saints Row reboot, and like I like the combat in like the old Saints Row games. Like it was more simple, like, and it wasn't that guns didn't have levels. Like guns don't need levels. Like it's like that. Like they were trying to make it like more detailed, but they actually made it worse. Like you don't need to level up guns. Like guns don't need levels. If anything, you could buy attachments for your guns. That's fine. You could have some gun customization, but they don't need to be levels. Like that's the thing.
Oh yeah, did you know that you could turn off the bullet sponges in the new Saints Row? That's what I did. I turned off the bullet sponges in
What do you
the
mean?
like if you go into the settings, you would have been able to turn off the bullet sponges.
Oh, I actually didn't know about that. That's good to know. I'll include that in my review. But it's yeah.
Yep.
Could I get an
Just
invite?
But that was
test it
the-
out first. and see
That
how
was
you
the
like it.
worst. That was the Saints Row reboot was the worst story in the series. I would say. Like it was the yeah. I would say that it was the worst story. It was even Saints Row 4, which like Saints Row 4 was like stupid with its aliens and like superpowers, but even Saints Row 4 had a better story. At least the antagonist in Saints Row 4 was somewhat better, like an evil alien emperor. But like in Saints Row reboot, it was just stupid. Nawali, becoming all cringe at the end of the game. It was just I didn't know like what they were trying to do.
Could I get an invite? I am disconnected.
Sure. Can you guys invite him?
I gotta say the most cringiest takedown in the new Saints Row is the punching and the slapping and punching one. I hated that.
Yeah, the
takedown
slapping
the
I
one
most.
thought
was
that was
bad.
funny.
I
What
hate
was
the
it,
pass fight, money fight.
Nawali was their attempt at like having like a Johnny Gat character, but Nawali's execution was like the way that character was like brought in the game was just bad. Like Nawali was kind of cool at first, but then he became cringe. Like it was just when he started like he liked participating in the activities, the team building exercises, and then at the end of the game when he's just he like and this is a spoiler for anybody who hasn't beaten Saints Row, but it's like when he betrays you at the end of the game, like I thought that he was going to betray you because he wanted to take over like the Saints, but the real reason he betrays you was because he wanted to be you and was jealous of you and your friends, and so he wanted to he built like a kitchen set and force your friends to cook, and then he would constantly walk in and like do that cringy scene at the beginning of the game. So he wanted to be cringe boss. Like that was just I didn't understand that logic in that. I thought it was the writing was really bad.
I think you liked most of the stuff with Marshall more, right?
Yeah, what I'll say though is one thing that I did like about the new Saints Row game, one thing that they did do good is I like the businesses. Like I liked how like you choose the businesses and you buy them and then they're linked to the activities. I like that. I think linking the activities to the businesses I thought was a good idea in the new one. I thought that was like a good idea. But I didn't like the there's two businesses that I really didn't like. I didn't like the live action roleplay thing, and I didn't like the what was it, the drug one, the drug business, I forget what it was called, where you gotta steal like the bus and then they chase you across the map and you're constantly smashing into you. I didn't like that one. That bothered me too.
The mayhem business and the The insurance fraud business was my most favorite though.
Yeah, those were
Definitely
pretty
liked
good,
those
too.
ones a lot. I gotta say though, I think it wouldn't be a Saints Row game if it did not have insurance fraud or mayhem.
What did you guys, in the comments, for anybody who's played the new Saints Row game, what did you guys think was the best business in Saints Row? Like the best one, like the one that you liked the most?
Insurance and the acid one. I actually played Saints Row and beat it.
Yeah, I like
the acid one.
I like the acid one too. I like that one as well.
I didn't get that invite, by the way.
But one I actually did enjoy though was the ones where I forget what it was, but you I think Eli is the one who introduces the business to you, and I forget what it was. I think it's called Incubator. I think it was called, and you test out these weapons and stuff and steal them from Marshall.
Do you know what my
liked that
favorite
one, though.
business actually was in the game? My favorite business in the game was actually the laundromat business. I actually liked that one. That was like the one of the few times in the game I actually felt like it was something criminal related, where it was like you had like a team of people that would clean up like crime scenes, and then you had to like dump bodies in like the water or like destroy it. Like, you know, that was like the one where, and you had to avoid the cops when you're driving like the trunk with the body in it. That was like the one of the businesses that I actually liked. I thought it was somewhat like related to crime.
Yeah, that one was actually good. That one was good. Oh, what? The target escaped. How?
I tried.
It's okay, don't worry about it. Did you know that there's
I
originally
didn't
going to be
get
a
any
Saints Row
invite.
game that would have taken place in Japan? That would have been pretty interesting. How to get $2 and $3 bounties? Just commit crimes, kill NPCs, and eventually you get to the $3 bounty.
What would you think of a
Thank you,
game
Dusty.
if Johnny Gat was in a game very similar to Sleeping Dogs, like if he was to go to like Asia and stuff?
Yeah, they could do something like that too. They had Gat to Hell, but Gat to Hell was a disaster.
I'd say,
But
yeah,
Johnny
Gat
Gat
the Hell's
isn't
the worst.
Japanese. I believe he's Korean.
Yeah, he's Korean.
I like the scene in the first Saints Row, like sorry, I can't English well. Where I cannot English. I'm sorry. Where you have to pose as the Vice Kings and cause chaos.
Oh yeah, that one.
And
Yeah,
Dex
the
throws him
RPG.
a yellow T-shirt, and he's like, "I'm yellow enough as it is, Dex."
I hope they make more games very similar to Sleeping Dogs. That was a good game.
Yeah, and that was the thing is like the old Saints Row games like had a very diverse set of characters, and they were all great and awesome and just lovable characters. You even liked the villains that were in the game. Like, you know, Ben King was a great villain in like the first in the first game. Like, you know, the Carnales were interesting. Even the Rollers. The Rollers were probably the least popular enemy gang, but even they were pretty interesting at times. So it was, you know, all of the gangs had, like, good stories written by them. The characters were well-designed, everything like that. But in the Saints Row reboot, I don't know, like, what they were thinking when they wrote that gang. They were, you know, thinking, like, a bunch of, like, college kids that are gonna, like, you know, start up their own gang. It's basically, when I think about it, it's like, the Saints Row gang are like what happens if Twitter users make a gang. That's pretty much what it is when you think about it. That's my favorite gang was always the Sons of Samdi. I liked them.
What is that on the ground? I gotta be kidding me.
Could I get an invite, please? I never received one.
Oh, can you guys invite him to the
Has to
session?
be on the ground, make me trip.
Can you guys invite him to the session?
Oh yeah, my most favorite Saints Row 2 villain is Marrow.
Same.
My favorite villain
You know-
is probably Mr. Sunshine.
I like Marrow because I like to kill him the most. He's my most love to hate villain. I like to go after because of what he did to Carlos.
Yeah, he's the strongest villain of all time.
In the reboot, the
I definitely
Nawali
gotta
kills
say,
one of the
though-
gang leaders in the cutscene. They don't even let the player have the satisfaction. Yeah. Yeah, Sergio. Did you guys invite him?
Mero's definitely better than Killbane, I would definitely say, though, too.
But did you guys invite him?
Pay attention.
Guys? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, did you
Who
guys
is it?
invite him who's not in the session?
Melons.
Did you guys invite Melon?
Okay, let's see. Invite...
If you guys could please do it. I just don't want to invite people because I don't want to show, like, you know, my friends list, because then the griefers that watch look at who's on my friends list and
I got
just...
it. I got it.
And,
Thank you, zombie. Zombs. Whichever you prefer.
Zombfected.
do you think Mr. Sunshine should have been the Sons of Samdi leader? No. No. Probably not. The reason is because the thing is, though, there are certain people that you have that are better at certain tasks than others. And what I mean by that is, like, some people specialize in one thing but are bad in another thing. Like, for instance, Mr. Sunshine is really good at being an enforcer. He's basically the general's top enforcer. Like, he is, you know, he's the go-to guy for enforcing the general's will and getting rid of the general's enemies, and he's really good at that. He's a very intimidating, scary guy. However, though, the general is the brains of the operation. The general is the guy that that knows how to make connections, knows how to make deals, and knows how to make money and organize these labs and stuff like that that they use to make Loa dust. So I don't know if Sunshine is really good at making people fear him, and he's really good at scaring people for the general, but I don't know if he would have the same business mindset that the general has, because the general is all about business when you think about him, where the Sunshine is all about scaring people and loyalty to the general. So that's it. So Sunshine is, you know, better, and it works both ways. The general will be a terrible enforcer. So it was so the general will be a terrible enforcer, but he's a good boss. But the Sunshine is a great enforcer, would probably be a bad boss. So that's what I think about it. Thank you, Al Dusty.
I gotta say that the part when you fight the general was very anticlimactic.
Yeah, I
and
thought the
stuff.
general.
It
The
was
general's death like sucked. Like it was like that was like the Saints Row 2 was a pretty well written story. It was really well written, but like all of the villains had satisfying deaths. All of them. Meryl had a satisfying death. Dane Vogel did. Akuji did. You know,
Shogo,
but
Akuji,
Shogo, Akuji. Sunshine had a pretty satisfying death as well. But the general's death was just boring. It was like stupid. Like I was expecting some final cutscene with the general or something like that, but you just blow up the car and he's just dead, and that's just it. And that was like, I thought that one was kind of boring.
And plus, if you take a look at like the general when he's dead on the ground, he doesn't even look like he was dead. He just looked like he was just like laying there with no wounds on him at all, and like he was all completely clean while he was dead on the ground. That's what made it fall very flat. That's death.
Yeah, that scene, well, Sunshine's death was the boss cut his head off.
Yeah, Sunshine's death was really good though.
Mm-hmm.
For God's sake, just die already. That's what he was like. He just chops his head right off.
And now that I really think about it, yeah, Saints Row reboot had no disturbing moments in it, and it had no emotional moments in it. They were trying to be emotional with the scene when Nawali betrayed you, but that was a total failure. Especially with like the board game, like him hallucinating the board game, that was so stupid. But it was like, look at it, like in Saints Row 2, like the disturbing scenes in Saints Row 2, Carlos's death, Aisha's death, Shogo getting buried alive, Sunshine's death. There were some pretty messed up scenes in that game, but they were all, you know, good and added to the story. And like Saints Row 4 does not have one scene like that. Like if you compare the most emotional scene in Saints Row 2, the most emotional scene in Saints Row 2 is when Carlos died. That was both a disturbing and emotional scene. Like they messed Carlos up like so badly. And the thing about that is that, you know, the boss put Carlos out of his misery. He was really messed up, but, you know, there's really nothing more he could have done. He probably wouldn't have survived that. Even if he brought him to a hospital, he wouldn't have made it. And so he just did that just so he wouldn't suffer anymore. And so, you know, at that point, there's much more build up to the story. Like, after they killed Carlos, the story was built up much more, because at that point, most players, when they see what they did to Carlos, literally want to literally rip Meryl apart. Most people did at that point. And so, like, everyone just wants to destroy the Brotherhood at that point. It gives you motivation to destroy the Brotherhood and make them pay for what they did. But, like, in the Saints Row reboot, there's none of that same, like, don't have that same disturbing and emotional moments. Like, the most emotional moment in the entire game in Saints Row Reboot was when Nina's car got pushed over the edge. That was the most emotional moment in the whole game, and that was like, really? That? It was over a car? You know, it was just that. Like, she said it was her mother's car, okay, but it was just, it was nothing on the Carlos death. The Carlos death was just so much more emotional and just so much more disturbing.
Yeah, when I first saw Carlos's death, like you could literally see all them scrapes and those burns and stuff. I could almost feel them when I saw that.
And do you know what I miss also about Saints Row? I miss how the old Saints Row games showed you the perspective of the antagonist gang. Like, the other gang you were fighting against, they showed you a cutscene of what they were doing. And so I like that they showed you, like, you would go on a mission, and then the other gang would react to what you did, and they would show a cutscene of them reacting to what happened. And I like that. I thought that was cool. But it was just, none of that. Like when, for instance, when you blew up Sergio's car factory, like the Forge, like, I thought that there was going to be a cutscene where you see Sergio getting all raging and getting all mad that you destroyed his, like, factory, but none of that happens. And instead, the next time that you see Sergio, you just see him on the train, and it's just a boring scene where he just jumps down, he knocks your boss down, and the Wally kills him in, like, 5 seconds. It was just, you know, I don't think it was a good scene. It was,
Yeah, Sergio's death was really retarded.
Oh, thank you, Clash of Clans. Thank you for the super chat.
I definitely would say the best part from the new Saints Row is either firing Atticus or killing Atticus. That was like the most.
Yeah, that scene was kind of satisfying too, but nothing happens to him where if you fire him. Like, the thing is, like, if this was like GTA 4 though, like GTA 4 would have an extra, like, a side mission or something like that, like later on, like you could find in the world if, like, you fired Atticus to find out what happened to him. Like, GTA 4 had that where if you spared certain characters, you would have like a little secret side mission that would be unlocked later on that would show you that character's fate if they got spared. And so that's what I liked about GTA 4. It had the choices
to a duel,
it.
Most likely. Atticus would have challenged you to a duel for fighting him. If it was like GTA
and I'll tell you something else. I was watching, like, what was it? Oh yeah, Flippy was his name, right? Flippy is the Saints Row YouTuber. So I watched Flippy's review. His review is actually doing really good. It's about to hit 300,000 views. But I was watching Flippy's review, and during Flippy's review, he actually mentioned the Hummingbird Codex, and he basically said, what the hell is the Hummingbird Codex? I don't even know. And, like, why everybody wants it. And he brought up, like, a really good point. Like that's it. Like they mentioned the Hummingbird Codex like it's so important. Wait, what was that? Is that a glitch just then? What the? But they mentioned the Hummingbird Codex like it's so important, but you don't even know what the hell the Hummingbird Codex is. Yeah, that story was just not written well. The Dust Bowl missions were bad, yeah. I wanted them to be over as fast as possible. And look, if they ever do another Saints Row game again, which I don't know if they will at this point, but if they ever do another Saints Row again, they need to stop doing the big stories. I hate the big stories. The Saints Row fans don't like the big stories. And when we say big stories, we're not talking about length of the game. We're not talking about the length. What I mean by big stories is I mean that all the gangs are linked into one big story. I don't like that. I like it when there's 3 separate stories with the gangs, like each gang has its own story, you follow the missions in order, whatever gang that you want, and then there's an epilogue with a bunch of missions after that. Like the way Saints Row 1 and 2 did it was perfect. Each gang has a story, you wipe out each gang, and then there's an epilogue of a few missions. That was like the perfect way to do the stories. But like I hated how Saints Row 3 did it with the Syndicate, where it was just like one big gang, like that you were fighting against. The whole story all thing was linked together. I didn't like that. I didn't think that was good.
You know what they could have done to make they could have made a civil war happen in the Syndicate happen. That's what they could have done to make it even better.
They brought in some interesting characters in Saints Row 3, like Viola, what's his name, Oleg, Kinsey, Zemos, and then they just got rid of these characters in Saints Row 4. They killed them off in the stupidest way.
Yeah, off-screen deaths is what it's called.
You can kill off major characters in off-screen deaths. You can't do that. Like that should be like a rule in writing stories. You can never kill a major character in an off-screen death. That is like a rule
Oh yeah,
that should be followed.
Saints Row the Third and Saints Row 4 barely even had any on-screen deaths. Most of them were either off-screen deaths or very non-emotional like deaths. Like the only emotional death I would say that really happened in Saints Row the Third was Kiki's death, which was Viola's sister. That's the only thing, pretty much. Same goes for Shondi's death. Was pretty much like.
Wait, wasn't Kiki the hacking girl?
Kiki was Viola's twin sister.
What was the name of the hacking girl again?
Let me see. You talking about
the girl who has the FBI jacket? Kinsey. Okay, Kinsey. Yeah. So I don't even remember the Saints Row 3 and 4 characters all by heart, but like Saints Row 1 and 2, I remember all the characters by heart, and that's like that does show you what story had like. Oh, and Angel, right? Angel. Oh yeah, Angel was like the most forgotten character in the entire Saints Row series. Like, what the hell happened to Angel? What happened to him? Like, the thing is though, is like Angel was talking about how he wants to kill Killbane so badly, and if you do the kill Killbane ending, like Angel is driving and you're shooting like all the luchadors that are chasing you, and then at the very end of it, you just confront Killbane and Angel is nowhere to be seen. Like, where the hell is Angel? He just disappeared. He's gone. It made no sense to me. And then in Saints Row 4, he's not even mentioned. Like, Saints Row 4, he does not make any kind of appearance whatsoever. And then what happens to him if you choose not to save Shondi? I mean, if you choose to save Shondi, what happens to Angel at that point? Does he die? So it's Saints Row 2022 is what happens when you target a modern woke SJW PC left Twitter user and sensitive audience. I don't know, I don't know what they were trying to do, and the thing is though is I think they were trying way too hard to offend people that they actually ended up offending more people, ironically. Like with with Saints Row, like look at Freckle. I don't even want to say the word because it's probably gonna get demonetized on this one.
Frecklebees, you can call it
Frecklebees. You know what it used to be called in Saints Row 1 and 2, what it used to be called, and in the Saints Row reboot they just changed it. They changed the name.
The FBs.
Yeah, FBs. Like what's that? Is that supposed to be Facebook now? So it's just and then they changed Jim Robs. I don't want to say the original name also because probably video will get demonetized, but they changed Jim Robs to. It's political correctness. That's what it is. It's political correctness. And the thing is, they didn't use the word homie once in that entire game, which I could not believe that. Homie was such a common thing in Saints Row 1 and 2, and they didn't even use homie 1. You're supposed to be a gang, and you don't even use the word homie. And somebody told me that the developers thought. I read one comment where he said that the developers thought that homie was an offensive word, but I wasn't able to find a source on that. So I don't know if that's true or not. But if that is true, and they took the word homie out because they thought that would be offensive, I don't know how that would be offensive using the word homie. That's not a curse word or anything. Homie is just basically a slang word on the street for friend. That basically means a close friend. So that's just pretty much what it is. So it's not a bad word by any means.
Hello, Ghost Killer. How you doing? Oh, I got wanted, of course, because of my my mask.
Yeah, it's so stupid how you get wanted eventually after the mask.
Yeah, see, maybe I'm a great man picker.
Well, that's good.
Wait, why did he leave?
He's going to sleep.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get out of this town.
Oh man, that's the thing I hate about Red Dead Online. Sometimes is when you get like these, when you forget to take your mask off, and then the law just goes after you. I hate when that happens.
Damn. Gotta get better at aiming in free aim.
Would you ever do another live stream on Modern Warfare, Crow?
Yeah, I'll probably come back to Modern Warfare 2 when when the new season drops. I'll probably do a stream then. It's like 2 weeks from now, so we'll do a stream then. What are you doing, horse?
Is your horse? Did he literally just try to jump off the cliff?
My horse just ran like. My horse ran very far from the town.
Alright, what do you feel like doing now, Pat?
Oh no, one level again. I hope that that Rockstar doesn't do something like
Like what Volition did, right?
yeah, like Volition.
Yeah,
did.
they
I
have
just
a prayer
I
there.
see like I just banned like another bot account, not even on the stream, but on one of my videos just popped up. It was like it was like a fake name of myself, and it had like my profile picture, and it said like you won a giveaway message on Telegram or something like that. Guys, if you see anything like that, I've been banning these idiots, these bots, but they keep coming back. If you see like a profile that replies to you on any of my videos, because be warned, there's like scammers that are targeting my videos, where they're literally pretending to be me, and they have my avatar in it. And it literally says that the comment is always the same. It's like, congratulations, you've won the giveaway. Like, reply to me on Telegram or something like that. I don't use Telegram. I don't use any of that. And I don't message people about giveaways. So if you see any of that that's a scam, don't reply. Report it right away. Yeah. If I might do a giveaway again in the future, but if I do a giveaway, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like some shady, thing where I just message you and just say, like, message me on Telegram or something like that. I would outline actual rules, how it would work. And, that. And it would be an actual giveaway, not some scam. So just, just be warned about that if,
I got one from
I hate when people make fake accounts of certain people, like seriously.
well, it's not
happened
even,
to me before.
people that are using it. It's a computer program that's making fake accounts, and then it's constantly replying to people.
Well, I've actually had it happen to me before, too. I've had people have done it to my channel before, too. Back when I was making a lot of Watch Dogs Legion content, like, people did it to me a bit, too, and I had to ban them.
I apparently won a contest on one of CGG's video. They had a bot message me saying he won a contest with this profile and the profile.
What's up, Pro? How are you? And what's for dinner? Oh, for dinner, I'm probably gonna have some chicken cutlets. I'm actually excited that you're gonna play Red Faction in the future. Red Faction's a great game.
Hey,
I
Red
love Red
Faction is
Faction.
just like Mercenaries, but set on Mars.
It's a bit different than that. You're a freedom fighter in Red Faction.
Yeah, I played Red Faction. What I mean by, like, it's kind of like Mercenaries is because of all that destruction that you can, like, cause.
Yeah,
Like-
but I haven't seen one game that has better destruction than Red Faction. Like, Red Faction is the best destruction I've ever seen in a video game. I haven't seen one game do better than Red Faction when it comes to destruction. Definitely Red Faction is the best.
What I don't understand is why hasn't a Saints Row game ever added the destruction of, like, what Red Faction has done, because it's made by Volition.
Well, it's because it's a massive city, and so if they had all this crazy destruction, that it would probably break the game, and the frames would probably drop really quickly. Red Faction, they can do it more, because Red Faction, it's like, there's not that many buildings, it's like a desert area, but Stillwater even has a lot of destruction to it. Like, Stillwater has more destruction than GTA 4, for instance, like, way more. Like, there's parts of buildings that you can actually destroy in Stillwater. I don't know if you know that. There's, like, signs and stuff like that that will get knocked down.
I remember that, yes.
Yes.
I remember, I went to the Altor area, and I just went crazy on destroying all the Altor stuff.
Yeah, so
in
there's
the
a lot of
Saints
stuff
Row
that you
district.
can destroy. Not like crazy like Red Faction, but there's like a lot of stuff that you can destroy. Oh yeah, Guerrilla is the best game. Should I feel guilty for playing Halo 4, 5, and Halo Infinite? No. I had soup for dinner because it's cold outside. Oh, well. I do like soup. You know, the best thing about soup is that soup is a pretty easy dish to make, and you can, mix so many different things into it. Soup is a good way to teach yourself how to cook, also.
I actually
Trio.
had soup just like 10 minutes ago.
Trio was saying that apparently Americans were saying that British like to drink cold soup. That's what Trio told me the other day, that there was a stereotype that people were making up about the British, saying they were drinking cold soup.
Saints Row's destruction wasn't as good as Just Cause's destruction, but it was still, I would say, pretty decent. It's okay, Mr. Waifu, you don't have to apologize, it's okay.
Watch Dogs 2 had a lot of great destruction, though, I gotta say.
When's the last part of Destroy All Humans? Probably tonight or early tomorrow. But the thing about Destroy All Humans is it's not gonna be the last part. I'm still gonna have to upload the side missions. There's a lot of side missions in Destroy All Humans, and I'm gonna do all the side missions.
That dead horse is still
I'm gonna
there.
have chicken cutlets for dinner. I think my game might be glitched. I started up a mission and it's not working.
I should pass on my compliments for your handling of that situation before. So, we got some mail that needs to go out quick, and I mean that, fast as you can. Pick up a bag out there, take the letters to the addresses, then come back and get another bag. You can do that, right? No dawdling, and I won't sit on your pay money either. Come on, speed is what we're looking for.
Pick up the mail bag, okay.
Alright, where's that one?
How many bags?
There's only one.
You know that back then that they actually made pretty good money delivering mail, like especially in the Wild West. And there was like this group called the Pony Express, which they would actually deliver like mail, and you know, they would ride between like towns, deliver mail, stop for like probably a drink or maybe rest, get some food, and keep riding. And so they would carry like military documents and other stuff, like sometimes valuables, which made it a very high chance of them getting robbed also. But they were pretty much compensated pretty well for that. But the thing is though, if you were like an express rider at this time period, if you were somebody that delivered like mail between towns, you had to know how to shoot a gun. And not only did you have to know how to shoot a gun, you had to be good at it. You had to actually know how to aim and hit targets, because like I said, the probability of you getting robbed is very high when going between towns. So that's So back then, mailmen were expert marksmen back then. Yes, that's true.
I used to do flyer delivery, but I hated it. The pay was terrible.
Have you done research on this? Not really have I done research on this. I know the history. I know a bit about the Pony Express, and I know that if not everyone in the Wild West was gun crazy, but you had to if you were a traveler, if you went between towns, you had to carry a gun, because there's wildlife and other bandits and other threats that you could deal with going between towns. It was just common. Yes, I have, Mr. Green. I'm gonna have my own review of the Saints Row reboot coming up.
I hope these story DLCs that they do is slightly a bit better than the main story. They said that they're adding like new factions, I think, also too in the expansion path.
Well, hopefully they're actual gangs.
Imagine if Kevin got killed in one of the expansion, the stories and stuff, by one of the newer gangs.
What do you think Outlast did better than Resident Evil? Oh, the fear factor. Outlast was way scarier than Resident Evil. I've never really been scared of Resident Evil. Outlast is just much more scarier.
Yeah, because you can't really defend yourself in Outlast, whereas Resident Evil, you can somewhat, like, defend yourself. But ammo is more, like, scarce.
Bro, you need to give your horse a tune-up, man. You need to take it to the shop and fix the steering a bit. Thank you, Dusty. And that horse stealing business is never gonna come in the game, too. You guys remember that first cutscene in the game when you talk to the two brothers that steal horses and sell them, and literally they tell you, "Well, we'll contact you soon." It's been.
Wasn't his name Clyde?
Clyde, and I don't remember the other guy's name, but they were like, "We're gonna contact you soon," and they never did. What do you think about the Outlast trials? I think it's an interesting concept playing with other players. It looks a bit weird. Like I don't think it's bad, but I think it looks a little bit weird, like completing objectives, like where in the original Outlast games was trying to get through the area and survive. I'm not ignoring you, Mole.
Them two brothers in Red Dead, they said that they needed to get their business set up, and they'll contact you when it's set up, and they still haven't.
Yeah, they're really taking their time.
Yeah.
More like they forgot to contact you. Actually, they forgot indefinitely.
Yeah.
Literally, the only thing we're gonna get is just Telegram missions.
Yeah, Red Dead Online is finished. There's no update coming out in December. It's over, unfortunately. I blame Rockstar 100% for it. I personally think it's disgusting how like people blame the Red Dead fans for it, saying, "Oh, you know, Red Dead Online fans didn't play it enough, so Rockstar didn't think that it was profitable to make it." That's not Red Dead Online fans' fault. It's Rockstar for not updating the game. Of course, people aren't gonna play it as much if there's no content.
If it meant Red Dead getting more content, would you support like a subscription for it if it meant we got more content?
No, because we're owed the content regardless of subscription.
Because we already bought the game. I agree.
Honestly, these gaming journalists are like a joke. I wish that some of the gaming journalists that interviewed Rockstar would have actually called them out on it and said, "Hey, a huge portion of your fans, like, you know, want you to make an update. Why aren't you doing that?" None of them do it. It's all just softball interviews. It's just... Am I seriously delivering mail to... Oh my god, I can't... Okay, wait, this is stupid right now.
Where's it wanting? Wait, where's it wanted to deliver?
Where I started.
Right back to Blackwater.
Yeah, I know. Volition attacked their fans who were criticizing the game. You made a super chat? If you did, I'm sorry. I don't see your super chat here. Do you hate how companies insult and berate their audience for not liking their newest products? Yeah. You know, the thing about that is, I never understood what that's like, you know, what that's going to do exactly. Like, what that, you know, what, I don't understand, like, what is that going to do exactly? Like, you have, like, when you really think about it, you have a portion of your audience that is not happy with your, or I should say a large portion of your audience, which is unhappy with this, with how you made this game, the state of this game. And instead of addressing those concerns, you insult the fans, you insult them, you call them haters. Like, let me ask this. is anybody who doesn't like the new Saints Row game, if Volition goes up to you and calls you a hater, is that somehow going to change your mind? Or like, oh, they called me a hater. They're right. I've changed my mind fully. The new Saints Row game is great. Like, is that somehow going to change people's minds and encourage them to actually buy and play the game? Or even if they buy the game, if they've already played the game, to keep playing it? Like, it's just, okay. What can we do? I guess,
Oh yeah, hey Patrick, didn't you remember when you were doing your GTA 3 stream, and then people were saying, you know how they said the Booger Sugar Volition was doing the Booger Sugar, like
Yeah.
and then
I
it
didn't
was,
understand that.
and then you thought that that they said that a Volition dev was actually doing coke, but it was actually the reason why people were saying the whole Booger Sugar thing is because this one YouTuber, Cutthroat Balla, he's actually a YouTuber that swears a lot and stuff, and he's hating on Volition like crazy, and that's one of the reasons why people are saying this whole Booger Sugar thing about Volition, saying that the Volition devs did drugs, and that's why the new Saints Row is the way it is. That's where that whole Booger Sugar thing is coming from.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
But I gotta say though, Cutthroat Balla though, I think he kind of does have to watch what he says though on YouTube, because he's actually dropping N-words left and right, and like just a lot of extreme
Coulter, by
language
the way,
that he's
guys.
using on his channel about Volition. Like I gotta say though, like with Volition calling their fans haters was not good, but I think that just added to the drama and stuff, with him just constantly making videos about the situation.
If you ain't gonna help, find another shop. Stay warm.
I didn't know that Flacco had that dialogue. Are you guys in Coulter?
I'm losing out right now.
USA, you're going
Are we
to
doing
do
the
something.
canoe
Get
mission?
it done, eh?
What's up?
Good.
Are we doing the canoe mission?
And my eyes itching a little bit, but yeah, we'll probably do the canoe mission. Oh,
Like, guys are going to Coulter? Okay.
this mission is not available right
I'm
now.
gonna go
okay,
there right now.
I think you need more people in the area for it to like be available. More people in your posse in the area.
I'll just wait till you guys are here, then I'll start it.
You gonna work?
Okay, I'm here.
I'm about to be a Coulter right now.
Okay, you guys are
Yeah,
here.
I'm at Coulter.
I am, yeah.
I'm gonna.
I still can't
I'm
start
just
both
gonna
theft. Why?
ride onto you guys.
What's another example
I
of
think
companies insulting their fans? DICE insulted their fans with Battlefield 5. I remember that. Naughty Dog insulted their fans with The Last of Us 2. Yeah. I can't start that one. No, Mr. Waifu, you're not. Don't worry about it.
You ain't got no friends left. And you're all alone in the world. Everyone forgot. Forgot about Flash.
Have I ever
started it?
seen Illumination Marvel villains were charged for their
Everyone forgot
Their
about me.
crimes? Wait,
But I
what?
did not forget
Oh
them.
no, it's a video. No, I haven't.
Friends of mine in jail.
Is this the boat mission, bro?
You can do mail missions from like certain missions, DJ. No, this is early release mission.
The wagon south
Okay.
of Barrow Lagoon. That is what I do for my friends. Go now. I used to be somebody.
No, I'm not in New York. I'm in the Midwest. Okay, let's see here.
When you lived in New York, Pat, did you feel endangered there at time to time?
Not really. No. When I lived in Long Island, I lived half of my childhood in, you know, the city and half of it in Long Island. When I lived in Long Island, not really, but like when I lived in the city and like walking around certain parts of the city at night, yeah, it can get a bit scary. And some of those areas weren't even dangerous that I would walk around in. It was just like the darkness of the city and just a lot of the loud noises and just, you know, alleys and stuff like that, and just
Were parts of the areas like rough, like high crime rate?
wait, what?
Like were parts of the areas that you lived in have like high crime rate, or were they quite
None of the areas that I lived around really had high crime rates. They were mostly, you know, safe for the most part.
Your parents like New York, right? That's why they live there, right?
My parents liked New York when they first came. They didn't like New York when they moved out to Long Island, though. They you know, have a more negative view of New York now today. It was just, you know, my parents would like talk about, you know, how high taxes are in New York and how the city's not doing anything. New York has some. New York has like what I'll say is that with like New York, for example, there's some really stupid laws in New York, like the basement bathtub law is like one of the stupidest laws that I've ever heard of, and I don't know if that law is still a thing, if it got repealed or what happened. But basically, my grandmother had purchased a small apartment building in the city. My grandmother was not a rich woman by any means, for people wondering, but she worked really hard. I don't remember how she did it. I think she got a mortgage or something, but eventually she got this small like apartment building. And so she this small apartment building had how many? 1, 2, 4 units in it. So it had 2 units upstairs, 1 unit on the ground floor, 1 unit in the basement. And me and my parents lived in the ground floor unit. And what happened was the New York City inspectors would sometimes come to your house if somebody would call them, and you had to let the New York City inspectors in. They didn't really require a warrant. You know, they could just enter your property whenever they feel like it. And so it was basically what happened was my the lower unit in my parents' apartment building, because my dad got it from my grandma when she passed away. But the building, the bottom unit, the basement unit, actually it was like, you know, it had its own kitchen, it had like a living room, it had like a bedroom, and it had a bathroom. And the thing is, apparently, according to New York City building laws, you are allowed to have a kitchen, you know, a living room, a bedroom in the basement, and you can have a toilet. But what you can't have is you can't have a bathtub. And I don't know why. I don't know what the reasoning for that is. Why? But what happened was the inspector came in and gave us a massive fine for having a bathtub. And we had to get the bathtub ripped out of the basement unit and had to get it thrown out. That was like one of the stupidest things ever. I don't know why. Like, what was going on? The water was safe. There's nothing wrong with the water. It was like just, it was a stupid law. That you can't have a bathtub in the basement. I don't know what the whole thing about that was. It was just dumb. But that was like one of New York City's like laws. And the thing about this is that my parents suspected that it was one of the neighbors that called.
Yeah, so I actually originally thought that New York City was the most dangerous, but I know it's Chicago now, though. Didn't Chicago has like the most highest crime rate in all of the U.S.?
What's up?
Doesn't Chicago have the most highest crime rate out of all the entire U.S.?
I don't know if Chicago has the highest crime rate, but it's one of the most dangerous cities, definitely. But Chicago is not. Most parts of Chicago are actually not that violent. The violence is actually happening in like
South side Chicago, right?
South side, yes. The South side is mostly where the violence is happening in Chicago.
I remember playing Watch Dogs 1, and the South Side Chicago did look pretty sketchy.
Chicago has Aiden Pierce, so they're fine. Yeah. Oh.
It depends on which type of player is controlling Aiden Pierce. You could literally turn Aiden Pierce into a terrorist, or you could be an actual good vigilante.
You know that Watch Dogs Legion has like thing that if you actually you can shoot the cops in the legs, you won't lose like the it'll disable them, and you won't lose like the honor points in Watch Dogs.
In the original Watch Dogs.
Yeah. Well, you can't do that in Watch Dogs 2?
Nope, you can't do that in Watch Dogs 2. You can just kill all the cops. You know, it's funny, when you kill cops in Watch Dogs 2 or do anything and stuff, the game does not punish you like in Watch Dogs 1. There's no morality system in Watch Dogs 2, so the game is literally like GTA 5. But yeah, one day you definitely should try out Watch Dogs 2, Patrick.
No, you're not Mr. Waifu. Don't worry about it, man.
It's a better game than actually the new Saints Row Watch Dogs 2 is. One really good thing about Watch Dogs 2 is that the online is actually still very active today.
My parents never found out who had called the inspector that came into our house and like just removed the bathtub. We never found out about that, but we believe that it was one of the neighbors, because my parents didn't have good relations with the neighbors. My neighbor that actually lived on, when I was growing up as a kid, I remember my neighbor that actually lived to my left he was a pretty racist guy. He really didn't like Polish people. And he was actually from Austria, and he was very old guy, very old. And my parents always wondered whether he fought in World War II, but he really didn't like Polish people. And so we always suspected that he was the one who had called the inspector who came in. Do you think Watch Dogs should have expanded the online? There's so much wasted potential. Definitely.
Yep, 100%.
What's Super Chat, Goldman? I didn't see any Super Chat.
I think Ubisoft should give the Watch Dogs franchise another chance at seeing if they can make a really good Watch Dogs game and redeem the franchise. I think there's still redemption in the Watch Dogs franchise to make it a really good game and possibly compete with Grand Theft Auto.
I would like to see like more. I would definitely like to see more stuff for Watch Dogs, but
Crap.
think Watch Dogs could actually be a better competitor to GTA than Saints Row as of nowadays. Definitely.
Well, right now
GTA
it's all on
2 and GTA 4
it's all on
released in
171.
2008.
It's all on 171 to be a competitor now. I'm actually close to New Orleans. It's just across Lake Chair train from me. Oh, okay. Do you think GTA should... Thank you for that super chat, Dusty. Do you think GTA 6 should embrace or reject the sci-fi narrative and elements to vehicles that were introduced in the HC universe and GTA Online? What about GTA Online 2? No sci-fi, no futuristic stuff in the next GTA game. Keep it crime and keep it crime related. That's it. You know, they could have some weaponized vehicles, like they could have a tank or a fighter jet. You know, I don't have an issue with that. But you know, don't bring in any. I don't want to see any flying motorcycles or orbital cannons or any of that garbage.
Or drones.
What's the stupidest thing you've seen a politician say lately? I mean, I don't really want to get into politics, Mario. I don't really do you know, politics on the on this is a gaming channel. If I could think of something non-political really that a politician said that's really stupid, it's probably oftentimes when they blame violent video games for crime. That was really stupid. I remember there was a there was a New York City like councilman, I remember, who he wanted to like he wanted to force people to register muzzle loaders, because if like in New York City law, if it was like a muzzle loader, we're basically talking muskets, like if it was like a certain age, like if it was like really old, it would actually not have to be registered. And so he wanted to have that registered, and he was basically saying how, like, you know, that muskets could become like a tool that criminals use, which I thought that was completely ridiculous and just a preposterous statement. So that's, you know, one thing I know in my area that like or where I grew up, you know, they said. Oh, I gotta take them to Sadie's house.
What house?
No, Art, I don't have any interest in having an electric scooter. I have to give Mafia 3 a chance. I don't think it's a bad game. I think some people are, you know, hating on it too much. I gotta give it a chance myself and play through it.
Mafia 3 actually is a pretty fun game. I platinumed it. It's not as great as 2, but it is a good game. Like a fun open world game, and lots of
171 looks bland. Well, that's because it's a it's an early alpha, right, David?
Yeah, you can't really judge a game when it's
an
in
indie
alpha.
studio. Literally, it's an early alpha. So it's, thank you for the super chat, but you know, have some faith. I think if we continue to support the game, I think the game will turn out fine.
Especially when it's an indie game and it's not AAA game. We gotta give these people credit for what they're doing.
Let's see. Hey Pro, what is the worst part about gold diggers neglected their children just for money? When you say gold diggers, are you referring because we're playing a Wild West game? Are you talking about like the people that like went out during the gold rush, or are you talking about like somebody that literally marries into somebody else or dates somebody just because they have a lot of money? Wait, yes to which one, Isaiah? Which one are you talking about? I'm gonna go into play poker a little bit right now.
Okay.
Okay, poker buy public buy-in. Here we go. Oh, come on. What? This game's being dumb right now. He's talking about marrying somebody for money. Honestly, I think that if you marry somebody else for money, I think you're a bad person. That's just what I think of it.
In the morning.
I had to restart my game, guys, because I got glitched.
Wait, so you're only 4 hours behind me now because the clock's increased?
I am buying real estate in the Midwest to pass down to my descendants. Iowa has amazing fields and farmland. Well, the thing about that is that you could also use that land as rentals. You think about it that way, you could turn it into a business. I meant bland as in it didn't show missions. It really said an open world where you can drive cars, okay, so what? Oh, well, they did show some missions. Like, there's some actual, like, legal activities that you can do. Like, you can actually work a job in that game instead of, like, being a criminal. Thank you, David, for that super chat. But if you marry somebody for money, you're a bad person. That's what I personally think about it. You're trying to take advantage of somebody's wealth that you didn't earn. If like, a poor person marries, like, a rich person, and, they actually love them, then, like, that's fine. But if somebody's marrying somebody primarily for money, I think that's I don't think that they have a good heart. Stupid bot. I'm banning it. Watch my reaction to it. I showed it in my reaction, David. But I'll tell you guys something, because when I was just thinking, you said gold digger, so I was just thinking about, like, people that actually, like, in this time period that actually dug, dug for gold and looked for gold. And I'll tell you something, the gold rush is literally, like, the gold rush, and it happened in this, you don't see it in this game because it happened, like, 40 years before this game, but it's, like, Coulter, for example, is like a gold rush town. It's a perfect example of one. Let me see if I can get to, Valentine. Oh, well, I don't really have much of an opinion. If, if a couple wants to have kids, then they want to have kids, Dusty. But I don't really have much of an opinion on it. Thank you for the super chat. But, what I'll say is that, the gold rush. The gold rush, guys, is one of the worst time periods in American history. It's definitely, it's one of the worst time periods in American history. Like, people think the gold rush is, like, a good period. It's not. The gold rush is one of the worst time periods in American history. Definitely. And what made the gold rush so bad? The reason that the gold rush was so bad because it hurt so many people, and it caused so much mental illness, so much death, and it was that in the gold rush, almost nobody actually got rich during the gold rush. Gold was found, but very few people actually got rich during the gold rush. However, though, there was other people who got rich, but they didn't get rich because of the gold rush. They got rich because it was the merchants, the people who sold stuff, the people who were traveling around and following the miners around. They were the ones who actually got rich and made a lot of money because they were constantly selling them gear. I'll give you a perfect example. The gold rush is almost like it's almost like playing the lottery, but to an extreme also. Like, when you really think about it. And this is, I'll explain why the gold rush was bad. You're digging for gold, you're looking for gold. You find a little bit of gold. You don't find that much, but you find a little bit of gold. And so you use that money that you got from that gold that you find, you use that money to get gold to get mining equipment. So you find a little bit of gold, and you use that gold money to buy more equipment. You see where this is going? and you're not really actually getting any kind of money from it. And then what happens is, if you actually do find gold, the other people are probably just gonna kill you or rob you and take it from you. But the what happened is the merchants who actually followed the miners around ripped them off. Well, I got really good cards here. They ripped off the miners, and I'm saying is they ripped off the miners really badly. And I'll give you a perfect example. Say that you are like say that you are digging, right? You're digging, and your shovel breaks while you're digging for gold. And there's a merchant that's just, like, right there waiting, because he knows that somebody's gonna need new equipment. And the merchant then offers to sell you a shovel for $10. Now, $10 in that time period would be a massive ripoff. $10 would be $300 equivalent to today. So they would, you know, probably a shovel probably would have been worth maybe, you know, $3, maybe $4 back then, a good one. But $10 for a shovel is definitely a ripoff. And so what happens is that you tell the merchant, why should I pay you $10 for a shovel? This is almost $300 today. Like, you know, why should I do that? And the merchant will just say to you, oh, you know, if you don't buy the shovel right now, if you waste time going to the town and buying a shovel for half the price, by the time that you get back, somebody might find gold before you. Do you want to not get that gold? And so then you're more inclined to buy the shovel from them. And that's how these merchants rip people off. They took advantage of the miners. And then what actually happened is, the gold rush got to an even crazier state, because the gold rush started wars as well. Not only did it cause mental illness and people were getting ripped off and losing all their money, but it also caused mental wars on top of the mental illness. What basically happened was some of the gold was actually found in Native American land. And so then you can imagine what happened is a lot of the white miners actually went on the Native American land and bothered the Native Americans. A lot of the Native Americans didn't care about the gold, but the miners did, and so they were disrupting their land, and that caused wars to break out between the miners and the Native American tribes that lived on the land. So, and it literally, you know, thousands of people died during the gold rush, you know, from a lot of issues like, you know, working themselves to death, mental illness, you know, dying from actual wars. You know, some people lost all their money and took their own lives. So it was just the gold rush. There was nothing good about that time period. It was just a bad, you know, bad time period. And those towns, for instance, when you see those abandoned towns, like in the Wild West, when you see those towns that are ghost towns, like 95% of those ghost towns are actually gold rush towns. Now, why are those towns so abandoned? What caused the abandonment? Basically, what caused the abandonment was there would be gold that would be found really close to a town, and so a mine would be built. And what happened was the town would have an economic boom. You know, people would stop in the town, they would trade, the town would make a lot of money. But then what happened was when the gold dried up, there was no more gold left in the mine. People moved on. And there was nobody was coming back into town anymore. The town's economy would crash, fall apart, everybody would lose their jobs and move on. And that's how they became ghost towns. That's pretty much what happened. And that's why I say the gold rush did nothing good for this country. Like, it destroyed this country. It was like, it started wars with Native American tribes. People tried to take other people's land. It was people got greedy. They lost all their money. Nobody got rich from it. The merchants ripped people off. They took advantage of miners. You know, people got sick. It was literally like a, it was, I don't know what it would be classified as. Like, somebody in the comments probably knows about this better than me, but it was some kind of mental illness, like that they constantly wanted to find gold, and they believed that they were going to find gold. They believed they're going to strike it rich any moment, but they never strike it rich. It became an obsession. They were literally obsessed with finding gold. It was something mental. I don't know what that would be called, but it was something like this. It became an absolute obsession, and so it destroyed, you know, people's health. All the wars, the destroyed economies of the gold rush, destroyed town economies. It was just not a good time period. So it's just, you know, the gold. If I could, you know, if I could like erase five things from like American history, the gold rush would definitely be like a period that I would erase from American history, because it was just one of the periods, because that was just a bad, you know, just a bad time. Hey, Pro, nice streams lately. Stay blessed, Pro. Thank you, Slim. Reddit online poker stream. All right, here's some money to gamble with. Well, thank you, Dusty. Hey, Pro, happy Friday. Take care as always. Thank you, Athena. Thanks. It's like the fear of missing out for crypto. Fear of missing... Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And And the thing is, though, is I know to a degree how that feels because I buy and sell stocks sometimes. And so I think to myself, do I buy this stock right now or do I wait until the stock drops a little bit? If I don't buy it right now, what if the stock shoots up tomorrow? It's like people think like, you know, you have a lot of that same exact mindset today. You know, I don't go crazy with it, but you know, this is something that like, you know, goes across a lot of people's like, you know, a lot of people's heads. So Gold Rush was definitely like a really bad time period. How do techs work in the nightclub? Is it in order? You have to choose what the tech is assigned to. Energy Dragon, thank you for the super chat. Assign your techs to link your MC businesses, your CEO crates, your CEO crates, your hangar to it, and your bunker. And you want your technicians to source you want them to source South American imports, South American, I think it's imports, I think what it's called, pharmaceutical research, cash creation, cargo and shipments, and what's the other one called? Sporting goods. Those 5, assign them to those 5. Those are the most profitable ones. Do you know there was gold rushes in other countries like Canada and Australia? Also, which GTA gangs do you want to send an explosive pinata to? Oh, honestly, Dimitri's Russian Mafia, probably. Did I just win that one? I wasn't even paying attention. But it's, I think I'm doing pretty good at poker right now. But yeah, Dimitri's Russian Mafia is the one that I hated the most. Well, one of them I hated. I also hated the Angels of Death. The Angels of Death are really, really scummy. Even though the Angels of Death don't make that much of an appearance make more of an appearance in the Lost and Damned. The Angels of Death are actually white supremacists, so a lot of people don't know that about them. They're actually one of the worst gangs in the GTA world. So the Angels of Death are some really bad guys. I'm looking up dragon sickness, what you said. Thank you, said. Selfishness associated with dragons and treasure that they have hoarded over time. Huh. Thank you, Mario and Sadest. And thank you, James58. Have you ever watched Goodfellas that came out in the 1990s? Yes, I saw it a long time ago. No, I haven't watched the Django Unchained. I should watch it. Okay, I don't have any matching cards here. Yeah, but that's what I was saying, is that the Angels of Death are one of the most evil GTA gangs. If I would put, like, you know, if I made like a list of top 5 evil GTA gangs, the Angels of Death would definitely be on that list, because a lot of people don't know much about them, but the Angels of Death are much worse people than like the Lost. Like the Lost are, you know, great people as well, you know, they're criminals, but you know, the Lost don't believe in racism, you know, they don't believe in sexism. The Angels of Death, you know, deal heroin, you know, they actively deal that stuff. So it's Angels of Death are some pretty messed up guys. If you just look at their website in GTA 4, if you ever go on their website, it's some pretty messed up things in there. Folding. I don't think I'm going to win this one. Yeah, it's probably good that I didn't keep going. One of them has to have a matching. Yeah, good thing I folded, see? I had a feeling. Do you want to send one to the Leones too? Oh, yeah. Who's the most cold-blooded killer in Saints Row history? The boss. But if we don't count the boss, the most cold-blooded character, technically it would be Zinyak, as cringe as that is, because he blew up Earth and he killed, you know, billions of people and he didn't care about that. But if we're talking the old Saints Row games like the gangs, the most cold-blooded killer would be probably Mr. Sunshine. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say probably Mr. Sunshine. Yeah, he's a pretty messed up guy. Dimitri was always a bad person. He was the only difference is Dimitri put on an act. It was an act at the beginning of the game that he was Nico's friend. All right, I'm going. I got to get up early for work. Also, I recommend watching Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs with the Django Unchained. Okay, Dusty. I'll definitely consider watching those movies. Thank you for the super chat. No, that's fine, Mr. Waifu. Yeah, I try my best to read every comment, guys, but I can't read every comment. Have you thought about visiting iconic landmarks from GTA games in real life? I actually have already. Look up my video. It's on my go on my lore playlist, and I visited Firefly Island in real life, and I also visited Flushing Meadows in real life. That's Packy's neighborhood. Have I ever been to Europe before? Been to Poland like 10 years ago. These are good cards, but I don't have anything matching. My nightclub won't produce. What should I do? Oh, try linking and unlinking your businesses if that happens. Still no pairs, wow. But if that happens where it's still not working, I would send Rockstar support a message at that point. Wow, not even one matching card. I thought I'd have something matching here. Oh, he's gonna win. He's got this. What? She went in with those cards? A 4 and a 2? Those cards are terrible. Why did you go in with that? Oh, I know, Felix, I know. Okay. These are actually really good cards. I could also get a flush here with this. Strong chance I could get a flush. In addition to the Leonis, because they're shotguns, also send them to the Forellis, Marty's gang, the Ballas, and the Colombian cartel. Yeah, Marty's a piece of crap also. I can't stand Marty. You know, that's just, you know, that guy is just a wife beater. He's just racist. He's just, you know, I hate Marty. Like, Marty's just, you know, massive scumbag in Vice City Stories. Vic, you can tell from the first second that Vic met him, he didn't like him. But Vic, you know, Vic was just trying to make money at that point. Oh yeah, basically what I mean is shut down the businesses that aren't producing in your nightclub and then restart them up and then link them again, and that should fix the issue. If it doesn't, contact Rockstar support, and if the Rockstar support is useless and they don't help you still at that point, the only thing that you can do at that point is you might have to sell your nightclub. That might just be, that's one way people got around that glitch and just buy another one, but let's hope that you don't have to do that. Let's try here. Okay, he had really bad cards before, or no, she did, not him. This guy knows what he's doing. Please give me a pair. Oh, yes. Okay, yes. He thought that he was going to win with that. Ah. I got it. Yep, now I have the most money here. Okay, now I'm walking away. When you do good, you walk away. You don't keep playing, you're gonna lose. If Rockstar does the same fate to GTA Online, there's a chance they will go bankrupt? No, I don't think so, because they have plenty of money that they can still keep using. I don't think that's going to happen. But Rockstar has no plans to end GTA Online anytime soon.
You ain't been through in a while. Got everything you need. Have a look.
Wait, what, Mr. Waifu? Oh, man, that makes me hate Marty even more. Hey, Professional, I started to make YouTube videos and stream. Your guide really helped me out. Do you mind checking out my YouTube after the stream? Yeah, I could try to look at your channel here, Jack.
Valentine's been a rough kind of town, as long as I can remember.
Yeah, I could try to take a look at it. Let me see here. Do you have any plans for another Saints Row lore video? Yes. On the Vice Kings. Yes, I'll have one on the Vice Kings.
You need anything, let me know.
The Professional, wait. I wonder when's your review on the reboot? Probably next week. Next weekend. I'm gonna have a lore video for you guys this weekend. I hope you guys like the lore video. Okay, I'll see you, Felix. Where did I get my PlayStation shirt? Oh, this? This is actually an old shirt. I got this shirt when I picked up the PlayStation 4. The store gave it to me for free when I got the PS4. So that was like on launch day of the PS4. So it's a pretty old shirt. You know, almost 9-year-old shirt. Yeah.
Here.
Imagine a Professional, aka Saints Row 2 boss, goes to a CEO of Volition, aka Dane Vogel, and shoot for if you were in the GTA world and you were part of a mafia family, which mafia would it be? Oh. If I had to be in one of the mafias in the GTA world, which mafia would it be in? I have to think about that one.
My pa got killed in this here store when I was a boy.
Vercetti gang, if that one counts. And the reason it's the Vercetti gang is because Tommy is actually the most reasonable boss out of all of them. Like, out of all the bosses in the game, in all the GTA games, I think Tommy's probably one of the most reasonable bosses. So I would say, yeah. I would do a Black Ops 2 playthrough one day.
Fella come in here yesterday says the sheriff been seen with more.
Yeah, I've been just playing a lot, so it's like over time, so I have like a lot of money in gold. It's so crazy it's your channel at 1 million subscribers. I remember watching your Walking Dead reactions. Oh, wow! If you watch my first like Walking Dead reactions, then literally that's like when I had like 200 subscribers. Man, you've been here for a very long time then. Have I ever seen the Beverly Hills Cop Pro, the movies with Eddie Murphy? No, I haven't, Mole. I have seen that one movie, Boys in the Hood. I know that was in LA also. That was a really good movie. What's up, Pro? Love your videos, man. Lore video was... Oh, great. Thank you, PRP Hayes, if I'm reading your name correctly. My first video is when you were playing GTA Vice City Stories. Oh, that's how you found me. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you found my channel through Vice City Stories. Do you think Tommy would have saved Denise Robinson? Is that her last name? The Denise, the one who's trapped in the burning building? Oh yeah, she's the one that's trapped in the burning building. Yeah, I don't see why Tommy wouldn't. Also, guys, I wouldn't even be surprised if Rockstar doesn't even make it snow for the holidays. Read it online. That's What are you gonna talk about for your first YouTube short? I want to make a YouTube short eventually. I just don't know what I can think of that I can make for a short. Maybe like I could do like a fail or something on like one of my videos as a short. That's fine, Mr. Waifu. Don't worry about it. What's up? First time on this channel. Hello, USA. I hope that you stick by the channel. I do playthroughs of different games. I do streams. I talk to my audience a lot. That's fine, Jack. Is Shoreside Vale based on New Jersey? Well, Shoreside Vale is supposed to technically be Queens because Francis International Airport in Portland is supposed to be New Jersey. Staten Island is supposed to be Staten Island is supposed to be Manhattan. Oh, okay, Flaming Eel. Yeah, that was it. I actually have another top 10 on GT Online coming out eventually. I just have like a few other projects to deal with right now. Pro, why do you hate TikTok and Instagram? Well, it's not that I hate these platforms, but I just don't like them. Like the reason I don't like Instagram is because I'm just not into social media. I just don't like social media in general. And like Instagram, I find it like a weird site. Like it's like people like post what they eat, like constantly like post a picture of their breakfast, dinner, and supper, and people like that. Like I just personally find it a weird site. As for TikTok, the reason that I'd never liked TikTok is because TikTok was actually there's probability that TikTok is actually owned by the Chinese government. Let me see. Is TikTok still owned by a Chinese company? Let's see here. TikTok is owned by Chinese firm ByteDance. The thing about that is my issue with TikTok is that I'm concerned about whether it's actually like spyware or something like that, because the fact that in China, for companies to do any kind of business, they have to have specific permission from the Chinese government, especially if they're running like a social media site. And so if you're in the US military, they don't allow TikTok on your phone. TikTok is not allowed. If you're on any kind of like, government, place, TikTok is not allowed on your phone. There's a reason they don't allow you to have TikTok on. For that. So that's just, that's just personally what I think of TikTok. Okay, Specialist. I don't know what that is, reward. Thank you, USA. Thank you, USA, for subscribing. You were just in the chat before. Thanks, man. Why do you think that Tommy would save Denise? Because Tommy is not a heartless person. Tommy's a bit of a worser person than CJ. Like, CJ does more honorable things than Tommy, sure. But Tommy is not a, an evil person. Well, I don't know what that is then, Captain. But I guess we'll be going here, guys. That sounds kind of stupid. There. What happens when the reboot Saints meets the original Saints? I think that Johnny would like, yeah. Johnny would probably consider, killing them. They would probably annoy Johnny too much. No, I haven't really encountered Cruz in Red Dead Online. Is Claude the most evil GTA protagonist? Yes. Claude would not have, like, to answer your question, like Mario, Tommy would, most GTA characters probably would have saved Denise. Claude wouldn't have. So that's, yeah. But I guess we'll be going here, guys. Thank you guys for stopping by the stream. If you guys enjoyed the stream, drop a like. It does help the channel out a lot. But thank you guys for stopping by. I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream. And I'm going to have a lore video for you guys this weekend. Probably on Sunday, but I'll have a awesome lore video for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful day, everyone.